Oh, what is this? A new setup for the BoyStick office or the Honestly Lazy office? Things got moved around if you're watching this on YouTube. And getting used to it, but I'm sure I will be used to it. Sorry for touching the mic. I will be getting used to it soon. So let's roll that intro.
After High Demand.
Listening to you and Justin, that's a professional podcast right there.
The man with a voice.
He's got a wicked voice on it too. He does. He's got oh my goodness. I listen to his voice. I'm like, dude, you could go places with that voice. You are freaking phenomenal.
Has his own podcast. And what does he think?
Oh,
BoyStick presents the Honestly Lazy Podcast.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's your BoyStick coming back at you with yet another new podcast. And today is, another day of trying out kind of like the morning radio show podcast. I'm stuttering right through this. I just got back from the barber's and I'm starting to realize that underneath my neck is going to have a crap ton of ingrown hairs. I can just feel it coming. It's driving me fucking nuts. But the show must go on. It is Tuesday at this point, and my new thing of recording is I record a little bit every single night. Wear the same t-shirt, but I just record little bits and pieces of the podcast. And I've learned just from one episode how much easier and less stressful it is. So pretty much it just uploads on Friday. And from Tuesday to Thursday, I record 3 different parts. And soon enough, there will be some bonus stuff, little bits and pieces in between. Like, this is literally going to be a radio type show. And if you're into that, then you should like and subscribe on YouTube. Type in the Honestly Lazy Podcast and my stuff will pop up and you can support me there. Or if you listen to this shit via audio, you're probably listening to it on Spotify. But if you're on YouTube, you can type in the Honestly Lazy Podcast on Spotify and also listen to it there. There's other places you can listen to it. I'm not 100% sure where. I just use Anchor.fm. Shout out to Anchor.fm, making everything a lot easier for me to make this podcast even possible with just audio. I mean, you upload to Spotify for free, so, why not? If you listen to this on YouTube or watch this on YouTube and you're not subscribed, you should. Keeps me motivated, and it makes me want to keep making the podcast. So if you listen or watch every single episode, but you aren't subscribed, then subscribe just to show your support. And if you have any questions for me, put in the comments down below. DM me on Twitter or on Instagram because I really want to get a Q&A. I think it'd be a fun little part of the podcast where I answer some of your questions because I think, like every episode, it'd be dope to just answer a few questions an episode to sorry, my fly's undone. To really interact with you guys. Now the live streaming stuff has been put on pause. It will happen. I just need to put on pause for right now because OBS sucks. And I try to do switching screens and my beautiful face just fucking freezes. And I don't want to deal with that. So until I get that figured out, streaming will be on pause. But, another episode, another week. Honestly, I just gotta say before I really start, just doing it the way I'm doing it, it's amazing. I'm having so much fun just by that one episode of just like making a radio show. It was a blast. And then I posted on Reddit and a guy even commented and started giving me feedback on it and gave me tips on how to make it better. First thing on the agenda is once again a fucking lighting source because I don't like this. It's grainy. I can see it straight in OBS on my computer right now and it's driving me fucking nuts. So first thing is going to be a ring light and then probably a new arm with a dynamic mic. So there's a lot of things coming to the Honestly Lazy Podcast just to make it a little bit easier and to make me have a lot more fun with it. Now I didn't know how to really start this show. I really didn't. As pretty much every episode, I improvise at work before I even start recording. A lot of the episodes I literally think of the day of recording while I'm at work. And with this new radio show type stuff, it's just a million miles a minute in my brain what little bits and pieces I want to talk about. And today I just find this first little story so interesting to me that this could be a future thing. This is what the world's turning into, and this is what people are pretty much wanting to see. And what I'm talking about is Mike Tyson came out and said on his podcast, The Hot Box, that he would fight Logan Paul. Now, like months ago, Logan Paul said he would fight Mike Tyson if he had a chance. He said it in a really dumb way of like, you know, if I can fight someone like Mayweather, why wouldn't I fight someone like Tyson? Now, I know I've talked about this in the past, but Mike Tyson has officially responded. It's not just Logan saying like, you know, I think I could take him or whatever, being an idiot like he usually is. Mike Tyson actually responded. And what Mike Tyson said is he would fight Logan Paul. He would. And I mean, okay, you're going to fight Mike Tyson. First of all, honor. Second of all, shitting my pants if I ever had a chance. If it was me, I wouldn't do it. And third of all, I really hope if this happens, Logan realizes this is not Floyd Mayweather. This is a man who goes in there to fucking kill, where Mayweather is very more, I guess, contained compared to Mike Tyson. He is, like, you can see it when he's even fighting Logan. Like, he's trying, but he's not giving it his all, and he's definitely not trying to ruin this guy's life with a punch. Where Mike Tyson goes in there so fucking terrified for anybody that he will destroy you just because that's how he likes to box. It's the way, that's what made him a champion, was fighting like this, being so scared that he literally feels like he has to fight for his life. Now, with that all being said, Mike Tyson isn't doing this for charity at all. He's not saying he'll just do it just like to help Logan Paul's clout. Oh, no. So the deal is he will fight Logan Paul for the small payment, just a small payment of $100 million. Which to me, when I think about it, $100 million to fight Mike Tyson, that's a steal. Like, it really is a steal. It's Mike Tyson. You can sit there and say, well, Mike Tyson's old. Bro, I watched his last fight, and oh my god, is it the most scary fucking thing to think about. This man came in, and this man was throwing right hooks like he was back in his 20s. This man came in, and if the other guy, I forget what his name was, Jones Jr. or something like that. I forget who it is. It was the fight where Nate Robinson got knocked out by Jake Paul. But when that was like when Mike Tyson went in and decided to fight this man. If this man let go for 1 second, Mike Tyson would have fucking leveled him. And the fact that he will fight Logan Paul is something that is blowing me away. But on top of the fact that, is this where the sport of boxing is going? And I mean this in a way of, is this where the big money is going to go? It's a sad truth. It really is. But when you think about it, this is what boxing has kind of come to, where these guys from YouTube are coming in, and I mean they're selling more than regular boxing ever has. Is it good for the sport? Kind of. Everyone, like, and even the boxers are saying they are advertising the sport, but they're like, unless you're the undercard, no one's going, like, a lot of these boxers aren't getting the clout like they should be, who, like, in the way of, they've been fighting their whole lives, they've worked their ass off to get here, and then someone like Jake Paul just wins against Deji and comes in and says he's a boxer. Now, is Jake Paul a boxer? I've said it before, I'll say again. Not really. Not until he fights someone like Tommy Fury, that he offered $1 million, or that apparently Jake says keeps ducking him. But in reality, you're not paying a real boxer enough. And he's like, you're not even worth my fucking time for $1 million. It's a joke to him. Where Mike Tyson is literally like, you give me $100 million and I will box you. Like, he's no charity case. Fuck you, give me $100 million, and if you think you can fight me, you gotta pay me $100 million. This isn't like it's kind of funny. It's not like Logan's really has any clout in this type of a situation. It's literally like, no, you wanna fight Mike Tyson, you're gonna pay a lot of money, And then you will probably get very, very, very hurt. I mean, I would not, if I was Logan Paul, do this. And I mean, second thing, Logan Paul is now fucking injured. Go figure. He had surgery on his hand. And on top of that, I went on Snapchat on this Tuesday, and Logan apparently is partying a lot. And I don't know why everyone's so surprised about this. He's the same age as me, 26. And I'm pretty sure he made I think it was 50 mil from the Mayweather fight. I'm pretty sure what he walked away with. Of course, a 26-year-old is gonna fucking party after fighting someone like Floyd Mayweather. And it's a scary thing. Like, from what it looks like, all he is drinking. But, you know, there's that whole thing with the 27 Club. And the last thing you really need is that guy joining 27 Club, because, you know, he just had too much money too early in life. He really made a lot of his money way too early, and now it's almost like he is untouchable at this point. He could go film another fucking dead body and he'd be fine. But I mean, I'm trying to look at it in so many different point of views, especially in this new type of thing where he's fighting people, like the fact that he even fought Floyd Mayweather, the fact that he even, like, Mike Tyson is willing to fight him. I mean, from a point of view of a guy who, like, always wanted to be a YouTuber, like I always wanted to be a YouTuber, it's kind of cool seeing that YouTubers have so much clout that they have the opportunity to do this. Now, like a normal person like me who's not fucking crazy, I would not go anywhere near Mike Tyson, and I would not fight him. But I don't know, man. I feel like with these YouTubers nowadays, they're making so much money and they're so young, and their ego just shoots right through the roof. They probably think themselves, I could beat anybody. I mean, like, it's a terrible thing. And now they got all this money. I don't know. So, like, I look at it from, like, you know, if I was a YouTuber and I'd have these opportunities, I mean, like, fuck. Like, I would not fight Mike Tyson because I'm not paying 100 mil. I am not paying 100 mil to fucking get punched by Mike Tyson. Now, I know people are like, well, Logan wouldn't fucking pay it. So, you know, they'd have a deal with, like, Showtime. I get it. But, I mean, like, still, he's saying to Logan Paul, like, I need 100 mil to box you. That's still, like, looking at Logan like, damn, so we gotta figure out a way to get him 100 mil. And then I have to go in and take a punch by this absolute unit. Like, fuck. Man, his training videos, Mike Tyson's alone, are fucking terrifying. So I couldn't imagine actually walking into the ring and having to take a punch from him. He might be in his 50s or 40. I'm not sure how old he is, but dude, I swear with that guy especially, it doesn't leave you that type of fucking fighting skills. And he will always be one of the toughest motherfuckers I've ever seen. So that's me looking at it from a YouTuber's point of view. The fact that, you know, like, yeah, it's cool. Like, these YouTubers are having opportunities to fight these big guys. It's awesome from a YouTuber's point of view. But then I look at it as, like I've said before, like McGregor. McGregor was dirt poor and got the luck of getting into UFC and becoming one of the biggest UFC fighters to ever exist. Like, everybody loves McGregor. That's like 1 in a million chance. And there's fighters that are out there right now who are just trying to make a paycheck to fucking make their rent. One paycheck to make their rent. From their point of view, I mean, if I was one of them, I'm not. And I shouldn't really say from this point of view. But I'll say that I'd probably feel a little bit disrespected. I shouldn't be saying it because I'm not a fighter. But I mean, like, I've talked to guys. Like, there's, like, you know, the guy who did my last, like, few tattoos. He's a fighter. And he said, I will never pay to watch those guys fight. And he's like, it's just a waste of fucking time. I mean, from a fighter's point of view, it's probably like a big kick in the fucking face, to be honest with you. Like, I would not want to be a guy who literally goes and gets the shit kicked out of him in front of kicks the shit out of someone in front of I don't know how many people, I couldn't tell you. And then you see Jake Paul, Logan Paul, and YouTubers selling out a fucking arena, and they've been and you've been training for 6 years, where they've been training for 3 months. Probably just a little bit of a disrespect thing. But I mean, at the same time, someone like Mike Tyson against Logan, like I said, Mike Tyson would probably hurt him. And I really, very low chances that Logan would knock him out, and very high chances that Mike Tyson would actually clip him and probably hurt him. And do I want this fight to happen? I really don't know. It's really just a money grab, this fight. If it did happen, I'd be more looking into Jake versus Fury, and even, down the road, Jake versus Canelo, because Canelo did say if he's still good in 3 years, it's not out of the deck that, or whatever. He pretty much said, he says he wants to fight me in 3 years. You never know what will happen in 3 years. Maybe you will fight me. You never know. But with Logan and Mike Tyson, with all that, I don't really care to see this fight. So, I mean, if it happens, it happens. It'd be kind of cool to watch, but I mean, that'd be a money grab fight that would probably end how everybody would want it to end. But that's just my opinion. Alright, welcome to the random video of the week section of the podcast. Oh my god, I cannot say that. Let me try that again. Welcome to the random video of the week part of the podcast, where I pretty much pick a random video from TikTok, Instagram, just a short little video that really drives me nuts, and I pretty much make fun of it. And this week, it's special. It's an artist who uses TikTok to, I guess, try to advertise her music, but the way she does it just drives a person like me completely bonkers. So when I first saw this TikTok, I thought, maybe I should make fun of it. And now here I am making fun of it, because I am just a garbage human being. But with that all being said, I'm just going to play through the video, and then we shall go into making fun of it. So let's just get this shit rolling.
My life fucking sucks. I'm an artist from the middle of nowhere. I've never gotten lucky or had any overnight success because I refuse to sell my soul. My life is pretty boring, but I know my music is special, and my videos are gonna win a Grammy. The only thing I don't have is a friend, because my best friend, who I thought was my biggest fan, turned out to be my biggest hater. I don't need her though, because hopefully I have you. Let's prove her wrong by blowing this shit up, sharing with everyone, and getting our song to 10,000 pre-saves by my birthday in 5 days. When our song goes platinum, I'll look back at the pre-saves and remember you, a real friend that changed my life. But for now, my life...
So you kind of get the idea here. You might not know why this kind of video kind of drives a person like me nuts, but it's alright. I'll explain it, because there's just something about this person's attitude that, for a guy like me, who I would like to think is pretty humble when it comes to making content and stuff like that, kind of drives me bonkers when people do this. Like, the big thing is using social media and just saying, download, do this, get me to an impossible number and all this. I like it when you just say, realistic stuff, like me saying, getting to 50 subscribers, up to 100. It's doable, but I'm not saying let's get this done in before my birthday. I'm just not into that. So I'm just going to play it bit by bit and kind of make fun of each little part that drives me nuts. So let's just do that, shall we?
My life fucking sucks. I'm an artist from the middle of nowhere. I've never got...
So right at the beginning of this thing, she says my life fucking sucks and I'm an artist from the middle of nowhere. But if you look in the video, this girl has mountains and beautiful scenery, and she's in the middle of nowhere. Now, to me, if you're an artist, especially a recording artist or something, this type of scenery and this type of lifestyle usually makes a great folk song. I don't know. Like, there's people like Tyler Childers, Neil Young, Sturgill Simpson, Waylon Jennings, like all these names that grew up in the middle of nowhere, and they wrote amazing songs. And the fact that you're complaining that you live in the middle of nowhere, straight off the go, like, look at this. She's got mountains in the background for, like, inspiration. And if you don't make it as an artist, just be a rock climber. Look at that scenery. That's amazing. God, you know what I had in my fucking small town? I had a crooked water tower. That's all I had. And yet, I never said my life sucked. I made fun of my town, but I never said my life sucked. Let's just keep rolling.
Nowhere. I've never gotten lucky or had any overnight success because I refuse to sell my soul. My life.
So this part really actually does drive me nuts. It's like, she's pretty much saying that, like, let's just listen to that one more time because it drives me nuts how she says it.
Or had any overnight success because I refuse to sell my soul.
It's almost like she's saying, like, my music, like, should be an overnight success, and the reason why it's not is because I will not sell my soul. I'm going to stop you right there. Overnight successes are like once in a fucking blue moon. And usually overnight successes are people like the Catch Me Outside girl. Unless you want to be like her or the girl who licked a toilet on an airplane, it's going to take more than just one night to be a success, especially in the music industry. Like, you got to be patient. You got to do shows. You got to give it 125%, only 125% to really make it. I mean, for me and the Honestly Lazy podcast, I give it 100 every week. Is it enough? Probably not. Do I care? No. But you're saying here pretty much saying, I'm not a success because I refuse to sell my soul. And I'm saying, like, I'm not a success because, well, it's 1 in a fucking million. So I'm more realistic than you are. And it drives me nuts that you just think, nope, my music is this good, and I'm just not selling out to make it. I don't know, it kind of drives me nuts.
My life is pretty boring, but I know my music is special, and my videos are gonna win a Grammy. The only
My podcast is very special, and I know one day it'll go number 1. Just kidding. I have hopes to make a living off of podcasts, but you don't hear me saying it like, my stuff is so special and one day it will hit number 1. Like, your cockiness kind of gets defeated by the fact that you're begging people on TikTok to go download your song to make it. If your song was that good, then it will just make it. Look at Lil Nas with fucking One Horse Town? No. Oh my god, I can't even think of the song now, you know. Lil Nas just had that one song that got big on TikTok, and now look at him. He's amazing. He didn't sell his soul, just made one very catchy song and blew up. You sitting here, not even getting, not getting to your goal of 100K downloads, and you just saying, my stuff's special. You're not proving your point here. It just doesn't work, in my opinion.
The only thing I don't have is a friend, because my best friend, who I thought was my biggest fan, turned out to be my biggest hater.
So in this part, her best friend becomes her biggest hater. So she sends she shows a message I guess she sent this to her friend, a TikTok saying keep sharing, and her friend said stop. She's doing the most to try to blow up. My life is boring, more like her songs is boring. She's delusional and can't sing. If that's your friend, all right, maybe you should find another friend. But I don't know the whole story between these two. Maybe she kept sending her TikToks like every day, like 10 TikToks, and saying share this, share this, share this. And it was just driving her nuts. And she was like, no, I don't want to do it anymore. She's delusional. She thinks she's going to make it. The second thing is maybe this girl is just like your reality check more than anything. I don't know. I feel like when you're trying to be something like an artist, like, you know, a singer or something, you need a reality check a lot. Like, when I used to try to be a rapper, my brother was my reality check and said, you're shit. He liked a few songs, but mostly shit. And then, when I started writing folk music, which, by the way, I can't sing, so don't expect me to fucking sing, but I have fun writing music. he randomly came out one day and was trying to look up the song that I wrote, and that was humbling. But I mean, at the same time, I'm not saying they're like, this is gonna be a #1 hit, and no, your friend is probably a reality check. For all I know, this girl in this TikTok has quit her job, has no money or anything, and she's just trying to be a musician. Her friend's like, you're boring. You should probably get a job and come up with a backup plan, because this might not be the right path. I don't know, but I'm looking at it from both sides at this point, because like I say, you're doing it on TikTok. I don't know.
I don't need her though, because hopefully I have you. Let's prove
You do not have me at all. I do. Just because you posted TikTok like this and saying share, because your friend wouldn't share it. No, I do not support this. If your music was that good, then it will blow up. But the fact that you're just trying to prove your friend wrong and trying to make random people download it through TikTok, no, I do not support this at all.
her wrong by blowing this shit up, sharing with everyone, and getting our song to 10,000 pre-saves by my birthday in 5 days. When our
I wonder if it got to 10 to the download she wanted in 5 days. I'm not looking it up because I don't care that much, but I wonder if it actually made it to that. Let's see.
song goes platinum, I'll look back at the pre-saves and remember you, a real friend that changed my life.
Just from your personality alone, it's like, I'll look back at all the pre-saves and remember you, a person that changed my life. In reality, she'll be like, yo, fuck those guys. I have money now. I am now a musician. She'd pretty much be like the next Chanel West Coast. Just cocky and someone that really doesn't have to be famous, and I don't think should be famous, but they are. You will never remember anybody that did your pre-saves. You won't do anything for the fans that did this for you. And if you do, then prove me wrong. Do it. But I mean, for right now, just from this TikTok alone, you're not going to do a fucking thing for anybody. You're only looking out for yourself, and you're just begging for people to download your thing just so you can get to that next step. And I mean, and your best friend will probably still say you're shit, and you begged everybody on TikTok to get you to this point. I mean, when you're looking at she has 86K comments and 2 million likes. She probably hit her goal, but I just don't like the formula of how she did it by begging people on TikTok to go download her stuff. I still believe in, if your music is good, it'll blow up, but you gotta work hard at it. Don't just go on TikTok and be like, please, please, please. Just other ways to do it. And this was not the right way to do it. It drives me nuts, but whatever. We will see if this is the next Billie Eilish, or if it's just another person who just had their 2 seconds of fame on TikTok, and now the rest of their life is shame. This has been your random video of the week. Well, if you guys were in for YouTube Rewind 2021, you are going to be shit out of luck. YouTube to stop making rewind videos. This is from Creator Flick on Instagram. If you need something, like it helps me, especially when I'm doing this podcast, because I do like talking a little bit about the YouTube world in every podcast, just because I love the YouTube world. I love the drama. I love the egos of the people on YouTube. So I figure, like, why not? Like, you know, always bring a little bit of the YouTube side of it. But this is kind of like a big news thing, like especially because this year would have been the 10th anniversary of YouTube Rewind. It is kind of a sad thing to actually see that the YouTube Rewinds are kind of now done. I mean, to a guy like me, it was great because over on BoyStick, I actually made fun of the 2018 Rewind, where they were on the island and stuff. It was a terrible video. I hate saying it, but it was a fucking terrible video. I'm pretty sure the last one was 19 because they didn't do one in 20 because of COVID. So yeah, in 2019 would have been the last year. It is a sad thing. It says here the decision made on what would be the 10th anniversary of the Rewind. YouTube says it has not abandoned the project because of the widespread criticism it has received on more recent efforts, but because the platform has become so massive that it is impossible to I can't fucking read that word. It's vastness and diversity within a minutes-long compilation. There we go. I mean, in that case, I mean, I don't really know if that's the reasoning why they're kind of not doing it. I feel like they're not doing it because of the criticism. I mean, that 2018 one, I could look it up right now, actually. Let's see. 2018, YouTube Rewind 2018. Because I'm kind of curious to see what the views or what the dislike ratio was. So, pretty much what I'm looking at is 219 million? Yeah, million views. And this video only has 3 million likes. 19 million dislikes with me included in it. The 2018 rewind was probably the worst one ever because they brought in like fucking people from Twitch. They keep doing the stupid thing where they kept bringing in the talk show hosts. I didn't agree with any of that. YouTube Rewind to me should be just the content creators and what they're doing. You shouldn't bring in Jimmy Kimmel and Steve Colbert and all those type of guys. It should be just straight up YouTubers, not these big time fucking god damn it, late night shows. Sorry, just on here to just get more views and make more money. It should just be the content creators that have made it over the years and killed it. I mean, like, look at what these big YouTubers are making now. Like, Jake Paul alone is in the fucking boxing world, and like, you know, Impulsive is a #1, I'm pretty sure, on the podcasting world. Like, Joe Rogan Experience was a YouTube thing. It's crazy to see what YouTube has done. Am I sad to see Rewind go? In a way of how can I really word this? I am sad to see it go because even though they were like, especially 2018 one was god awful, it was kind of like you knew it was the end of the year. It was like, yeah, they brought all the YouTubers, all the big YouTubers together and made a stupid dance video and all that, but it was like, there's different type of ways that I kind of know it's the end of the year, you know, just like advertising New Year's countdown, Christmas specials, everyone talking about New Year's, and just like the most basic of things. But the YouTube Rewind was kind of like a way just to show like these YouTubers made it, or these YouTubers are still killing it and stuff like that. So it is sad to see it going that way. But I mean, fucking, it went downhill every single year. It got worse and worse and worse. So I'm not sad to see it going that way by any means, but at the same time, like, you know, that's 9 or 8 years. I'm pretty sure they didn't do 2020. Did they? Did they do 2021? I know one of them got canceled. Oh, 2020. Oh god. Oh, no, they didn't do that. But you know what? The cool thing, like, now that, like, this is gonna be really bad to say, but the YouTubers like PewDiePie and MrBeast made better rewinds than YouTube did themselves. So, I'm sure there will still be a rewind. Like, I can't see why there wouldn't be. Just it's going to be like MrBeast or PewDiePie or KSI or someone is definitely going to do one anyways, because like when their rewinds came, like MrBeast had 54 mil views on his rewind 9 months ago. What? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Never mind. Like, not like 54 million views. Like, it's a view thing. I would make my own rewind. I would hate to go through all the footage and really try to figure out what was the most viral and all that. So I wouldn't do one, but I hope, since YouTube isn't doing it, I hope MrBeast or PewDiePie does it again, because those were great. And, you know, some celebrate the end of 2021. We're still in a pandemic. But, you know, we're doing well. It is sad, though. Also, going on in Canada this weekend. It's Thanksgiving this weekend. Nice long weekend for us great Canadians. That, I'm not sure if the government's announced anything, but I heard somewhere that they were saying that they would do an outline of what's okay and what's not for Thanksgiving. And to the government, I'm just going to say, just go and play. Shut the fuck up at this point. Nobody's listening to you. Everyone's living their lives in their own type of way, and you're not controlling anybody anymore. People are hanging out, people are doing things, and there's nothing you guys can really do anymore. The fact that literally I saw the other day that they're like, we will decide if kids are allowed to go trick-or-treat or not. Shut the fuck up. I was literally just at Mossport a few weeks ago where there was a shit ton of people camping and all that type of stuff outdoors. If the kids can't go trick-or-treating, but I can go camping at a fucking racetrack, you guys are the dumbest people in the... What am I saying? You're the government. You guys are the dumbest people. Our Prime Minister, dumb fuck. Doug Ford, dumb fuck. It's like we couldn't pick the worst type of people to deal with this pandemic. And the worst part is they think they're doing good. Well, Trudeau, I will say one thing. You haven't done anything good. You're stupid. I don't know how he got back in. We had our election, he got back in. People threw rocks at him and he still got back in. But he's back in. And the first thing he did is we now have a civil holiday for the indigenous people because of the residential schools, because they found massive amounts of unmarked graves of these fucking children. And literally the first year that we have it, he fucking goes on vacation with his family. And his fucking, I guess the people in his party are like, no, he was on phone calls all day. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to stay in Canada, maybe do a speech. Don't go on fucking vacation, you idiot. It's like 101 of like how to look like a good prime minister, and you still fuck it up. The fact that they're going to still try to tell us this, like at this point last year, I'm pretty sure we went into another lockdown. I remember right before Christmas, another lockdown. And then right before Easter, Doug Ford said, just don't make any plans because I will lock us down. And then he just locked us down anyways. So go fuck yourself to the whole government. And like I keep saying, man, how I think this is going to end is everyone's just going to say fuck you and just stop wearing masks. And they're not going to pay your tickets. And the government can literally suck the dicks of the people. That's the way I think it's going to go down for that. But I could be wrong, and, you know, like, I still take COVID pretty seriously. Like, you know, I wear a mask, I wash my hands when I go out, but I mean, it's starting to drive me nuts when it's like, you know, you do everything that the government says, and they're still like, there's gonna be more. Fucking joke. But, that'll do it for this episode of the Honestly Lazy Podcast. I hope you liked it. If you made it this far, like and subscribe. If you're on Spotify, please give me a follow just to know that you are supportive. Really having fun with the radio vibe of this show, and I am having a lot of fun with it. So if you are a part of this or you support it, but you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. It helps me, boosts my ego, I guess, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. On the road to 100 subscribers, and still trucking, I guess. I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving weekend in Canada. I'm going to have a good Thanksgiving. It's my first time hosting a Thanksgiving, so that'll be fucking eventful and terrifying at the same time. And I hope everyone stays safe this Thanksgiving weekend. Don't drink and drive. Don't be an idiot. Get a cab. And that will do it for this week. So it's your boy Stick, and I hope you all had a good week. And I'll see you next week with another episode of the Honestly Lazy Podcast.